You ever notice how tired you feel, even when you've done nothing all day? How your mind feels heavy, even though your life looks full? That's not laziness, that's overload. You've filled your world with things that don't matter. Messages, noise, people who drain your energy but never give it back. You chase what others told you to chase, and then wonder why you feel empty. Most men confuse motion with progress. They chase more validation, more distractions, more stuff, but lose themselves in the process. The Sigma male, he moves differently. He doesn't add, he subtracts. He doesn't collect, he cuts. Because he knows the truth. Peace doesn't come from having everything. It comes from needing almost nothing. In this video, I'll show you why Sigma males cut out everything unnecessary and how you can simplify your life to unlock a deeper kind of freedom. Stick with me till the end, because I'll share real-life practical steps you can start today to declutter your mind, your space, and your relationships, so you can finally focus on what truly matters. Let's get into it. Most men live heavy lives, not because they carry real weight, but because they carry unnecessary weight. They're buried under notifications, expectations, comparisons. Every yes to someone else's agenda is a no to their own peace. The Sigma male understands something simple but rare. Every new attachment is a chain. Every unnecessary obligation is a cage. So he breaks the chains, one by one. He simplifies his world not to run from it, but to master it. He values his energy more than other people value his comfort. Because the man who learns to live with less becomes the man who can't be controlled. Simplicity isn't about owning less. It's about needing less. It's the art of subtraction, the quiet rebellion against excess. When you strip away everything non-essential, you see what's real. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop chasing approval and start chasing truth. Most people live in noise. They think in other people's words, dream other people's dreams, and panic when silence arrives. But silence? That's where the Sigma thrives. Because in silence, he can finally hear himself. Imagine a man who had everything. A packed schedule, constant messages, constant motion. To the world, he looked successful. But inside, he was fragmented, stretched across 1,000 meaningless tasks. One morning, he woke up and couldn't recognize his own reflection. So he stopped. He deleted half his contacts. He quit the job that no longer challenged him. He stepped away from the noise. At first, the silence terrified him. But then something shifted. He began to hear his own thoughts again. He started feeling his instincts again. And he realized that simplicity wasn't emptiness. It was clarity. That's the moment he became dangerous. Because a man who needs nothing cannot be controlled. That man, he embodies the Sigma archetype. Here's the psychology behind it. When you're overloaded with noise, opinions, content, drama, your brain stays in survival mode. You stop thinking. You just react. You become predictable. And predictable men are easy to control. But when you simplify, your brain rewires. Your dopamine resets. Suddenly, you're no longer chasing quick hits. You're craving depth, mastery, purpose. This is why Sigmas often seem distant from chaos. Because they are. Their focus is clean, precise, disciplined. Every distraction you allow steals a piece of your potential. So they protect their attention like treasure. They say no easily, because every yes costs energy, and every drop of energy fuels their mission. The world teaches you that more is progress. More goals, more connections, more exposure. But here's the truth. Every more comes with a cost you can't see. Every new obligation steals a fraction of your focus. Every notification demands a piece of your mind. Every possession you own owns a part of you back. Complexity doesn't make you stronger. It makes you scattered. It divides your energy into fragments until you forget what your original mission even was. That's why the Sigma cuts. Not because he's cold, but because he knows the mind only operates at full power. When it's unburdened, he's not afraid to lose access, because he understands that subtraction is refinement. He doesn't want to experience everything. He wants to experience the right things, deeply. That's the hidden cost of more. You trade clarity for clutter, depth for distraction. And the more you collect, the less of yourself you actually have left. The Sigma refuses that trade. He'd rather have one purpose than 100 half-built dreams. He'd rather master silence than drown in noise. Because he knows, in a world obsessed with addition, subtraction is rebellion. Simplicity for the Sigma happens in 3 dimensions. 1. Externally, he owns less but chooses better. He values function over display. His space is clean, his wardrobe minimal, his possessions intentional. Not to impress, but to breathe. Because a clear space equals a clear mind. 2. Socially, he surrounds himself with few but real people. He doesn't chase popularity, he cultivates alignment. He builds a small circle that adds to his peace, never subtracts from it. If someone drains his energy, he steps back, quietly, without announcement. Because peace doesn't need explanation. 3. Internally, he declutters his thoughts. He doesn't replay old mistakes or chase validation. He learns, adapts, and moves forward with clean mental energy. Because the Sigma doesn't dwell on what was, he focuses on what is and what will be. Ask yourself this: are you really overwhelmed, or are you just overcommitted? You don't have too little time. You've just given too much of it away. You don't need another app, another goal, another grind. You need clarity. You need to cut. Because you can't move mountains when you're buried under gravel. The Sigma knows this. That's why he travels light, with fewer distractions, fewer illusions, and infinitely more power. So how do you start simplifying your life like a Sigma? Here's how. 1. Clean your space. Not because it looks good, but because physical order creates mental order. Your environment mirrors your mind, so start there. 2. Audit your relationships. Ask yourself, who makes me better? Who drains me the moment I walk away? You don't have to hate anyone, just stop giving them front row seats in your life. 3. Cut digital noise. Unfollow, unsubscribe, uninstall. Every scroll steals focus. Every useless opinion poisons clarity. 4. Simplify your goals. You don't need 10 dreams. You need one mission that sets your soul on fire. 5. Choose peace over drama. The Sigma doesn't respond to every challenge. Sometimes the most powerful move is silence. When you do this, something strange happens. The world becomes quieter. Time slows down. You start hearing your own thoughts again. And that's when you realize you were never lost. You were just buried under too much stuff. The Sigma's path looks lonely to most, but it's not empty. It's intentional. And intention creates power. He doesn't simplify to escape life. He simplifies to master it. He sees the truth that most people never will. A quiet life isn't boring. It's focused. And focus builds empires. So take a look around your life. Every object, every app, every person. Ask yourself, does this bring me closer to peace? or further from it. If it doesn't feed your purpose, it's taking from it. Cut the excess. Keep the essence, because true power doesn't come from control. It comes from clarity. And clarity begins where clutter ends. Stay silent, stay sharp, and remember, you don't need more. You just need less of what doesn't matter. If this message spoke to you, subscribe, and take your first step toward less, so you can finally live more.